cool thing about Devil's Cave is it's off trail, and so you're not going to find it on any map. As recently as, say, 15 years ago, relatively few people knew where this was at, but word has gotten out for good reason. I mean, it's a spectacular place to visit. People want to see it. The National Park Service doesn't really like that. They don't like it being publicized and word getting out of exactly where it's at, for good reason, because people trash this place. They vandalize, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. They destroy the historical and the cultural significance that this place holds. And so that's unfortunate. Now, just to let you in on a little secret, a lot of people who come to Devil's Cave, this is as far as they get. And they see this here and they think this is it. And it would be pretty cool if this was it. But this is just the start of it. And so that's why we've got a flashlight. And we're going to go to the back. I'm telling you, if you've never been here, and most people in Scott County who lived here all their lives have never been here, you cannot even start to comprehend how impressive this place is. Devil's Cave is hands down the most impressive feature of the Big South Fork National River Recreation Area. Nothing else comes close. Twin Arches are great. Chimney Rocks are great. There are a lot of really cool features out there. Waterfalls, rock houses, you name it. None of them can touch Devil's Cave, in my opinion. It's just flat out, it's spectacular. There's no other word for it. It's spectacular. It's something that you got to see for yourself. So the reality of Devil's Cave is it is at its best in rainy weather because, I mean, this cave was formed by rain. This is a stream bed, basically. And over time, thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, whatever, the erosion that's taking place between these sandstone rocks has created this huge cavern, and that's what Devil's Cave is. And so when you come in here in rainy weather, then you get the water flowing, you got the water drip seeping from everywhere above, you got waterfalls back here in the back. It's really a cool place. Another secret to this cave is that back in the day, during the Prohibition era, the old timers would come in here and make moonshine. As a matter of fact, up until just a couple of years ago, there was an old moonshine firebox that still existed in the back of this cave. And unfortunately, it's been torn down, and that's part of the negative impact of people coming here a lot. Probably whoever tore it down didn't realize that they were doing it. It probably wasn't intentional. They just didn't realize the significance of what they were looking at, and so they tore it down, and that's really unfortunate. So you get past the sandstone boulder that's falling, and things kind of open up, and you got that natural light that I talked about coming in from the skylight up above, the opening in the rock, and yeah, I mean, you can actually see really good right here. One thing about Devil's Cave, if you don't like creepy crawly stuff like frogs and snakes and spiders and lizards and salamanders, you don't want to come in here. It's a very wet environment, and so it's perfect for critters like that. And you'll see all of them in here, and bats. There are bats that live in here as well. So yeah, if you don't like animals like that, then you probably don't want to come in Devil's Cave. By the way, if you don't have waterproof shoes, you will get wet feet in here. You come to that little room, and now it starts to narrow. You can see the obstruction, the rock obstruction back here in the back. You hear the water falling, and you think that's the end of it, right? Well, to a lot of people, it is. But actually, it's just the start. Yeah, look at that. My flashlight's going dead, so it keeps going off on me. But yeah. That's what we're gonna go up through to get to the next level. Oh, I'm getting soaked. So you get up through that mess, and now you're into an upper room. And if it's dry weather, you'll get up through that with no problem. But if it's wet weather, like it is now, then you're going to get quite wet doing that. But you definitely want to keep coming. You come up through that level, you're into a kind of an upper room. All right, so you get back here, and a lot of people, once again, they think this is it. This is the end, right? Well, again, the answer is no. You just got to keep going. And that's what we're going to scramble up through. And it's going to be awesome. Look at that. So here we are in an upper room, and there's more. This is a tight fit, so if you're severely claustrophobic, you probably won't like this part. Yeah, did I mention there are spiders here? Oh, that was nice. And we'll turn around and look, so you can see that's what we just came up through. So here we are. This is the uppermost room of Devil's Cave. And we're still not quite at the back. This is where the old firebox was before it was torn down. There's part of an old saw blade. Pretty cool stuff. So this is the very back of the cave, and at this point we're more than 400 feet from the entrance, and it ends with this waterfall coming in from the outside world. It's really cool. Like I said, if you've not seen it, you got to see it for yourself. I mean, you can look at pictures and video all day long. They don't do it justice. All right, so if you've ever seen pictures from Devil's Cave, and there's some outstanding ones out there, people like Jeff White, Chuck Sutherland, guys have come and taken some fantastic pictures in here. I think Sarah Dunlap and Nicole Newport are probably taking some great pictures in here. But anyway, if you've seen pictures from Devil's Cave, you've seen them taken from right here at this vantage point, this shelf. It's kind of the upper room of this cave. And if you ever bring kids in here, this can be a dangerous part right here as well, because it's very dark in here. A lot of people who come, they're not prepared. They don't have a flashlight. And it's easy to think, well, right here's where I came up. And so you step over here to this edge, and yeah, that's not where you came up. That's a long ways down. That very easily could kill someone if they fell through this crack. So bringing kids in here is probably not a good idea. I've been in here probably 36 times in my life, and I came in here yesterday, and I wandered over here. I did not have a flashlight, stupid me. And I wandered over here and was just about to jump down through here, to jump down on the little landing rock. And obviously, if I had done that, I would have been laying down there with a broken leg or worse. So you got to be careful. This is not a, I mean, any cave has got inherent dangers, and this one is not as dangerous as a lot of the true underground caves, but there are dangers. Trash. People love to trash this place up. People love to graffiti this place. That's really the unfortunate part about this. You know, there was headlines last week because some folks came in here and spray painted, and they weren't the first. I mean, people do it all the time. You can come in here and you can see signs where people have put their names on these rocks, and the Park Service is quick about getting on it and cleaning them up, because this is really a really neat geological feature, but it also has historic and cultural value as well. So let's try to keep it cleaned up. It's just amazing to me that people want to come and destroy something like this. And it's not the same as painting your name on a bridge. And there's no excuse for that either. But a bridge is man-made. You know, it's here today, gone tomorrow. These rocks are forever. And when you deface them, if you deface them in a way that they cannot be cleaned up, then they're never going to be the same again. So anyway, that's Devil's Cave.